Hello, my friends. I welcome you all to the Creative Thinkers Hub channel. Now, this particular thing is an repetition of what I had done on 28th of January, where I had basically spoken in a seminar about ChatGPT and the art of prompting. Okay, so what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is a generative pre-trained transformer. Now, the word pre-trained is extremely important. Okay, what does it mean? It means that ChatGPT is a powerful language. As we all know, many people use it. It understands and generates human-like text. It's not human, it generates human-like text, making it an invaluable tool for various applications. Model-based data, which is older than 2021, that is 2021, 2020, 2021, 1999, and so on and so forth. So it is pre-trained. It will not give you anything further than 2021. So if you are looking for cars or anything like that online, present I mean, especially on ChatGPT, can you give me the list of top 10 cars in 2024? It's not going to be able to give you it, but it will answer and it will tell you, well, I'm only trained till 2021. I will give you everything before that. Then you can use ChatGPT for a lot of different things. Customer service tasks, customer interaction, generative surveys, assignments, brainstorming, create marketing plans, budgeting, role play, create games, social media content, and it could also become your personal Man Friday or consultant. And yes, my friends, this is all about ChatGPT 3.5. ChatGPT 4 goes 100 steps ahead than this. Okay, so the components of prompts. So these are the main 6 components of the prompt, which is the task, the context, the exemplar or examples, the persona that you create, the format, and the tone. So in this, it goes the task being the most important and tone being, and so on and so forth, coming down to being optional. Now, task is mandatory. What do I mean by mandatory? I will let you know. Okay, context and examples are important. It will give you a more focused answer towards whatever that you are creating. And if you have a persona, a format, and a tone, it's good to have. I mean, it's not very important, but it's good to have it. Then your let's take an example, okay, of a person who is starting with his breakfast. So the task, let's say this statement is there: I'm a 21-year-old male, give me a high protein breakfast meal. Now in this is the context, that I'm a 21-year-old male and this is my task. So if I just had written only this much, that give me a high protein breakfast meal, it would have given it to me. But when I say I'm 20-year-old male, it will basically work purely on the male section, that is 21 years old, and therefore the outcome of the protein content might be different in your output. So this is going to give it more direction. The context is going to give the task, give me a high protein breakfast meal, a bigger and better direction. Okay, so task, in short, is the most important because it will give you some rhythm, even if it is written all by itself, as I just mentioned, which is not true for any other context. For example, if you just said I'm a 21-year-old male and you press enter, ChatGPT won't know anything else. It's going to ask you, okay, you're 21 years old, congratulations, what more do you want me to do? But if you say give me a high protein breakfast meal, it will give you an output. So, so start the task sentence with an action word like give, generate, write, analyze, etc. and articulate it with whatever your end goal is. That is my breakfast meal, high protein breakfast meal. So this is my end goal. So let's say, for example, something like this. So your task could be multiple tasks together. So it could be a simple task like the above one that I just wrote, or it could be as complicated as analyze the collected user feedback from the latest series of Game of Thrones, summarize the top 3 takeaways with a focus on business impact, and categorize the rest based on user requirement. So it is basically, we are looking at analyzing, we are looking at summarizing and categorizing. Now let's see what it gives. This is what it will tell me, that as per the the knowledge, the latest update is in January 2022, but I can only give you in 19, where season 8 ended. So it's not going to give you anything more than that. And then it is categorizing and it is analyzing. As you can see, the analyzing the address. So this is your categorization, and this is your exam, the whole story, the explanation. And now let's see what it gives me for the protein. So this is how it will work. So this is for a 21-year-old, 3 large egg, 1 cup spinach. If you had not written the age, probably this would have been very different. Okay. And then if I say that, why don't you do one thing? I don't know where to get these ingredients from. Okay. So ChatGPT will actually go that length and it will give you exactly where these things are found. Now in that, you will say that, how do I get it? I mean, it says that, go to your local grocery store, go to a vegetable market grocery store, and what all. But this is the catch. If you prefer one-stop location, so considering I'm living in Mumbai, it will tell me go to Big Bazaar, D-Mart, Reliance Fresh. Now that's what I want. This is what we'll do. So basically on your location, it is going to tell you where you can find all these ingredients. So this is how ChatGPT can actually, even if you ask for a recipe, it can actually tell you where and you can find everything. Now, once his breakfast is over, our friend's breakfast is over, what he does, he basically starts exercise. Now, this is the context. Okay. So, provide me with the recent marketing trends of the tech industry. Okay. So, this is a simple prompt as an example. Okay. We'll talk about his exercise later. Content is easily one of the components that creative people would go to endless with. Okay. So, you can actually really go endless with this. So, what are the main parts of a context? That is your background. Okay. What are the user's background? So, like for example, I said he's 21 years old. What does success look like? Let's say in exercise, he wants to lose his or gain 10 kilos. So that's success for him. And environment. Environment will be something like, I don't have enough time. As you can see in the example, I'm a 65 kg male looking to put on 5 kg. So this is my success of in the next 3 months. The success is that. But the environment is, I have only time to go to the gym thrice a week for 1 hour each session. Give me a 3-month training program to follow. So this is what the whole context could be elaborated by. You could just say, I'm a 21-year-old male, give me a 3-month training program to follow. It will give you, but it will give you daily. It won't give you only 2 days. Now here, it will tell you day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. And this is the last part of it. So I basically cut short it. It's a very long thing that it has given me because it is given me till week 6 and 7. So it's week 1 to 4, as you can see. So this is day 5, and then this is week 7 as the reps and things increase once I gain more power. So that's how it will work. Then work time example. Now before we get into this, ChatGPT will give you all this. Okay. But ChatGPT's shortfall is that it's not a measurable tool. You do it, don't do it, doesn't matter. Okay. But it will yet, if you have got a dedication towards something, you can just remove a printout and follow it, and you will achieve something, because it's all pre-trained by some via different websites which have got good things. So work time example. So give me a short story of 100 words with a twist ending on a pencil. Now the word pencil is my example. Okay. Or exemplars. Because she was scared of the pencil, that's the reason why the pencil kind of leapt out of the paper and attacked her. I mean, the thing that she drew, the cat, attacked her because she was just skeptical. So once you embrace the magical pencil, forever sketching is a vivid adventure. This is really nice in 100 words. If you think this language is too hard, then we just give an additional prompt that can you make the language simpler. Now, while we are doing all this, my friends, the English language that is extremely important. Okay. If my English spellings are not good, for example, give me a short story. Okay, instead of story, I wrote sorry of 100 words, or instead of short, I wrote SORT, sort. Okay, my output will be different. So, having correct spellings and use of some kind of a spell check is always recommended. So this is, we can take this further. This part drastically improves the output. Okay. So because it's purely focused on a pencil. If I just say give me a short story of 100 words with a twist ending, it may give me on a pencil. That's 1 in a million chance, but it will give me everything else. So for example, over here, I want you to give me a list of top 10 performing economies with the economic capital and the best performing companies in each. The data should be formulated in a table as follows, as I can directly copy paste it in Excel. Okay. So this is example 1, column 2, column 3. What do I want in each column? Okay, we will see this in the output in our next section. So persona is extremely important. Okay, now this person, now he has to write an email to Mr. Johnson. Help me draft a professional email to Mr. Johnson. So the persona is what you want ChatGPT to be. So that could be Michael Jackson, it could be Shah Rukh Khan, it could be John Travolta. For me, let's assume Mr. Johnson is a very well-known person. Okay, so that is what you want ChatGPT to be. The persona can be a well-known name. Okay, or you can imagine somebody who could make your task very easy. For example, if if you're injured, you could look at a physiotherapist. If you're looking for a job, you could look at a hiring manager, or if you're working on something, you could make ChatGPT your senior product marketing manager. Okay, so that is, you give ChatGPT a persona, and that's how it is going to work well for you. You could also be named of famous personalities. As I said before, it could be Warren Buffett, Steve Jobs, Batman, etc. Yes, even Batman, because as long as the name is famous, the character is famous, it will take that persona. Next, so like over here, I want you to act as the marketing event management. So this is what I wrote at the prompt. Create a 10-page presentation for a charity event to be held on 25th January by the name of Balmina. Now this actually happened. I had created the mock presentation for them with the help of this same prompt. So this is how what we need to do, that you give the context. First you give it a persona. Okay, I want you to act as a marketing manager and event management expert. So I give it a persona, create a 10-page presentation. So this is my length of what I want. And then this is my subject, charity event to be held on 25th January by the name of Balmela, which will be conducted by so and so, and this is the location. So I'm extending my context. The core element of this presentation, now this is the task, should be to promote gathering sponsorships for smooth flow. So I want the full presentation purely to create sponsorship. Okay, gather sponsorship and promote the event. Okay, give me a page-wise breakup of the sequence. So this over here, when you say 10 page, there you are repeating this so that you are making sure that this is exactly what it gives you. Also, I want you to ask me relevant questions at every stage. So when I said this line, what it did, it basically kept asking me if slide 1, slide 2, slide 3 is fine, and is it really exactly what I want. So if I say no, this is different, and I would like this to be more targeted towards this, so it will change my page 2 or my page 3 depending on where this section is, and it will take it forward. So now let's go to format. Now create a fun and engaging family reunion invitation. Now nobody wants their family reunion to be boring and abusive, okay, or aloof. They want it to be fun and engaging. So this is the format. This is what I'm giving it a direction, that this is the kind of thing that I want. The format is when you close your eyes and visualize what you want the end result to be. You close your eyes and say, I want my next family reunion to be what? Fun and engaging. Okay, I want my next text to be witty, and funny. So that's what you could do. So this, I want this particular thing to, as you know, the previous example, I put this prompt in the previous one. I want this data should be in a table format. Okay, so this is what I visualize it, and so that I can directly copy paste it in Excel. So things like formats, what are formats? Okay, you know, I want to write an email. Can you give it to me in bullet points? Can you give it to me in tables? Can you give it to me in code blocks, paragraphs? Give me a markdown, bold text. Okay. Now, especially for copywriters, my friends who are copywriters, you can copy and paste everything. Ask ChatGPT that can you proofread the above text, and once you are done, do not change the text directly, but please bold whatever changes that you have made. So once you do that, you will it will really bold every part, okay, that it has changed. Everything else it will remain the same. You can look for a short answer, as I said in the previous one, only 100 words, or you could look for a detailed explanation. Give me a 3 month or 4 month exercise routine. So it would be detailed or it would be short. Now this is an example. Now I have over here, consider yourself general knowledge expert. You have read and memorized wikipedia.org, so you give it a target that this is what you need to, you have memorized everything that Wikipedia has, and know everything about companies and countries. I want you to give me a list of top 10 performing economies, and this is what, so ChatGPT gives me something like this. Okay, so what do? I basically ask ChatGPT, the data should be formulated as a column, example 1, example 2, example 3. So I take it from what it has given me here: United States, economic capital, Washington DC, and Apple. Okay, then China, Beijing, and Alibaba. And then once I put this at column 1, column 2, column 3, column 1, column 2, column 3, is going to give me exactly this output, and I can copy and paste this in an Excel file, and I'm through. Okay, so showcase your skill and tone. Now create an advertising jingle for a toothpaste brand by the name of Chamku. Okay, let's say now if you read this prompt, you will realize that here I want the output in Hindi instead of English. So, and I'm also saying that it allows people to whiten the teeth in 10 days. It should be witty and catchy. So that is what is it. So basically I'm setting the tone that make it witty and catchy. Once that is done, you are going to, these are other options of tone: casual, formal, witty, enthusiastic, pessimistic, etc. So this is what an output you will get. So चमकू चमकू है दांतों का राज, चमक और लोग चमक का आसार, 10 दिन में चमक चमक लगाए, दांतों को चमकाए, चमक है ये बात. So basically this is what it's going to do, and it will, verse 1, there is the chorus, there's verse 1, and again the chorus is, the same chorus is repeated. So that's how it gave it to me in 2 verses, or I would, so that's what I want, where this is a jingle, where this is going to be sung by a chorus. And now let's go into the do's of ChatGPT. So other than what we already discussed, there are some more things that are really important. Ask direct questions and be precise. Okay, so frame your prompt as a direct question to encourage a focus and specific response. Effective prompt is something like this: can you provide a high detailed explanation of the evolution of cars, highlighting key technological advancements and the impact on the automotive industry? This is what you're going to get. Okay, so it's going to tell you that, you know, in the 19th century there was development, but really something didn't happen. Then rise of combustion engines took place, resurgence in interest took place because there was a crisis in oil and things like that. Then advancements of battery technology, because the lithium ion came into play, and first electronic cars were developed in the 20th and 21st century. Companies like Tesla are emerging and focusing, etc. Tesla's impact and adaptation, and yes, there are 8 points. I'm only showing you 5. Okay, so that's the kind of an output is going to give you. If I have just written give me the evolution of electric cars, it wouldn't have given me this kind of an output. The output would be very, very different. But because I said a detailed explanation, key technological advancements, and the impact on of electric cars in the existing automotive industry, so that's when it gave me that kind of an answer. So avoid being vague and ambiguous. Okay, so complete your statement. Like, give me an evolution of cars in XYZ way. Okay, like how I've written in my prompt. The other do's. Okay, now let's continue. Ask one thing at a time. Don't ask too many things because ChatGPT cannot work that way. Break down complex questions into smaller, more manageable parts. Okay. An effective prompt for this is act as a senior designer for position of a print designer in a design firm. I will be the candidate and you will ask me interview questions for the position. Now, this is where we are breaking it apart. Write only one part of each turn, question or response, as the interviewer. Ask me the question and wait for my answers. Okay, so it will ask you a question, then you key in the answer, then you press enter. It will give you an output on that answer and it will ask you the next question. Okay, so that's how it's going to work. So avoid asking multiple questions at once and ensure a focused response. Okay, so that is what it is. And most importantly, okay, if your prompt does involve a multi-step process, ask the model to think step by step and give detailed explanation. This can lead to more cohesive and informative responses. Okay, so let's say we started here after writing that prompt. Interview, have a good day. Thank you for joining. Can you please introduce yourself and share a bit about your background? So I wrote that my name is Huzefa Tapia. I'm a print designer for the last 20 years. So he said, wow, that's impressive, Huzefa. With 2 decades of experience in print design, you must have encountered various projects. You can highlight a specific project that you found particularly challenging and describe how you overcame the obstacles to deliver a successful outcome. So I said, thank you. Here are the certain projects. This is what I did. Then he talks, and again he asks you a question. Again you type. Again he asks a question, and this will go on till 10 responses. Because if there again you have to say, you have to stop it at 10. Otherwise it will go on and on and on and on. Okay. So you have to say maximum 10 responses. So ChatGPT, the don'ts. Now this is what is a don't. What you do not do in ChatGPT. Mixing topics in a single chat session. For example, you saw that within this we spoke about Game of Thrones, we spoke about electronic vehicles, we spoke about a diet plan, we spoke about giving an interview, and so on and so forth. But you have to make sure that each and every one of your new sessions are a new chat, because otherwise ChatGPT is a computer. At the end of the day, it's a program. It will get confused that suddenly this person is asking me about a diet plan, then he's asking me about Game of Thrones, then he's asking me about something else. But if you do every time you start a new chat, it's a new chapter. ChatGPT has left that previous session behind and will really start thinking from zero. Okay, but if you keep putting new things time and again in the same chat, which are totally not connected to each other, ChatGPT will get thoroughly confused and your answers will suffer. Okay, so not being specific with your prompt. Remove pretext and context. Only return the response with my request as bullet points. Request summary, key points of the book Who Moved My Cheese. So if I just written that can you summarize the key points from the book Who Moved My Cheese, okay, it would have given me an output. But once I say remove the pretext and context, it's going to give me something so crisp. Change is inevitable and should be anticipated. Embrace change and willing to be adapted. Okay, you can try this all by yourself. First, just summarize the key points from the book Who Moved My Cheese. You see, it's going to give you big lecture on the whole thing. But if you say remove the pretext and context and only return the response to my request as bullet points, that's when you get this output. Okay, then not giving details, that is short prompts or examples of whatever that you want. Okay, asking a language to do maths. Okay, ChatGPT can do practically everything, but is not good at math. It will do coding, it will write in different languages, it will convert certain things from one format to the other. For example, a Java code, it will convert your statement into a Java code, it will convert your statement into an Excel formula, or and so on and so forth. But it's not very good at doing math problems. Okay, then not asking to reduce the output. ChatGPT has got a tapping of 2000 words. Okay, 2000 words would be highly overwhelming when you're looking at a response. So, but if let's say I want it for my child who is in the third grade or fourth grade, I do not want it to be more than 100 or 120 words, because the child normally is not used to writing anything more than that. So if I want something, I just say that it should be within 120 words and take it forward from there. Not improving the prompt. So as you saw, especially in the prompt that we had written about the country, the capital, and the best performing country. Okay, if I had not improved my prompt, that thank you for the response. I want this in this kind of a tabular column that I can easily copy paste in Excel, and this is what the thing I want. Okay, example 1 is column 1, column 2, column 3. Example 2 is column 1, column 2, column 3. That is an improving of the same prompt. So it is an added thing that I'm feeding into the same prompt, and that is when I got the table. So not improving the prompt and just sticking to it and saying ChatGPT can't do such things, it's not right. It can. You need to train it. Yes, you need to train it. So you can also, depending on your style, depending on the output that you want, you can pre-train it. Not using a persona when required. So if I just say, okay, give me a marketing plan for so and so, it will give you something. Okay, but if you say that you are the marketing manager of so and so company, okay, so you are giving it a persona of marketing manager, and give me a marketing plan for this particular product. So you are creating a persona that, and then you even push it further by saying that my audience is going to be the board of directors. That's when it will take it one step further. So you are giving a double persona here, that your marketing manager and board of directors is the ones who are going to receive your presentation. It's going to give you something very, very different. You can keep trying that, and if you have any questions, please feel free to do so. If this has been valuable to you, I would really like it if you like, subscribe, and do not forget to share, because only sharing increases knowledge. Yeah. Any more questions, please feel free to put it in the chat, in your comment section. I would want to answer. I'll try and answer every one of them. If need be, if an extended question, I'll create another video. That's my promise. Thank you.